You keep talking about you got a
Oh,
beach. Sir, you have a sandbox. You made a sandbox and you put a little seat
they
on the
show it.
sand
Did
in your
I miss? Did
backyard.
I miss something where
I
they had
didn't see it.
shown it?
There
Because
was
I'm like, I was intrigued. I'm like, okay, so you got a gym, you got a beach, you got a pool. Like, let me see all of this because you keep talking about it. But
Girl.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Crystal Denise Speaks, and I'm excited because we are here talking about Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 3. I'm here with my girls. As you can see, we have a special guest today. My girl Tamia is here.
Hi, guys.
And unfortunately, Carrie won't be with us today, but I do have some text messages from her that I'll share some of her thoughts. And then, oh, here we go. And Key is in the house. We've already started. I just said hello. Added you up here. Can you hear us, Key? Okay. Ooh, you look cute. Okay. So y'all, I would say just call me Haley because I'm speechless, but I have a lot to say. Okay, so let's kind of go. I feel like if we all have a consensus that we're pretty much going to be talking about one couple the whole time, so we'll save them to the end. So let's just go ahead and start with Haley and Jacob because they were the
Crystal,
second.
I forgot my notes. I gotta grab my notes.
Okay, grab your notes. You got your notes. Good.
Yes.
Those are important. We don't want to forget.
They are when you have as many as I do.
Oh gosh. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Haley and Jacob. Haley and Jacob, because they were the second couple to get married on this episode. I mean, I don't even know where to start. Like I said, I'm kind of speechless about them. So anybody else, you can go ahead.
I mean, I'm trying to see what did I capture from that other than the fact that you keep dropping speechless because she was. I mean, I'm like, at what point did y'all like what part of this scream match? Because she seemed the opposite, but when she said, because I didn't listen to her story a lot up until this episode, but when she said going into that wedding, she said that she's cut people off for being too short. I was like, and not that he's so short, I'm just saying that means she is super picky. So, ma'am, you gonna have to change or do something, be a little more open-minded if this gonna work. And they are oh so different.
Yes. Here's Haley and Jacob. I forgot to show them, y'all. Just in case you forgot who they were.
I totally agree with Bree. Like, I don't think anything about this match was right. Even at the altar, he was so quiet. Like, and then at the end, he said that she was pretty, but I think that he wasn't attracted to her. She wasn't attracted to him. I think he's way older than her. She didn't even understand the references that they were making when the family talks about the other person. Like, it just is not right.
No, she understood it. She was just not with it. She was so unimpressed. what when they were talking about the things that he likes in the fanny pack and some other stuff, and she was like, no. Well, you know what? You're right. She is a lot younger, so she may not have known. But fanny pack's coming back in.
The fanny pack was the only thing she understood.
And the only thing she knows about that.
I'm older too. That's the only thing I got. I'm like, who?
I was so confused. I'm like, I need to find out what he doing with this fanny pack. Is he wearing a fanny pack? It's not like he wearing a Gucci fanny pack or the Louis Vuitton like you see dudes wearing. I just picture like a retro fluorescent fanny pack, and she was just like, tell me what's going on here when she finally got to talk to his groomsmen. Mm-hmm. Like, fill me in on what's up with this dude. But she is not attracted to him at all. And he was saying how she was beautiful, and she was just, when they cut to her, it was basically like my mama said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. She just shook her head like I don't have, what do you say to this?
Yeah, when they had their wedding night and the way he was laid up with that arm on that pillow, I was like, I hope you know with all your soul that you aren't getting like a brush, nothing, a touch. He was really laid up like he thought something was. I was like, she was so repulsed in that bed. You could just see it on her face.
Yes, and he was so awkward.
It was
He
just
was awkward when she came out, just sitting there like, take me down. Like, no, sir. And he didn't even say a word. Like,
yeah, it was just like he was just laying there. It was so weird. So weird.
Yeah.
I would not have gone to sleep. Like literally, I would have stayed. Like I would. He was so scary. I was like, "Sir, what are you doing?"
Like,
it was.
I need to watch you.
Pillow for me. That was it.
And he wanted a kiss. Like,
Yes.
no, you're not getting any of that. Y'all, but what about the fact that he kept telling everybody he was so proud of how he was renovating his house?
That's what he had talked about.
But I think that goes into how he doesn't know how to hold a conversation.
Agreed.
Yes, but you keep talking about you got a beach. Sir, you have a sandbox. You made a sandbox and you put a little seat on the sand in your backyard.
I missed something where
I didn't see it.
Because I'm like, I was intrigued. I'm like, okay, so you got a gym, you got a beach, you got a pool. Like, let me see all of this because you keep talking about it. But
girl,
maybe I missed
but
that.
They showed it. So if you go back to the very first episode when they were introducing the couples, they showed it, but it really isn't a beach. You know, it really is like Kiki said. It's like it's like an area, like you know how they have the sand play area for kids. That's what it gives.
Yes. It was definitely a grown person's sandbox. And you made it seem like you was living the lavish lifestyle like P. Diddy. Like, no. Yes, you got all these things, squoze in this space because you don't have nothing to do because you're a hermit. You don't leave home. So you want to put everything right here. Let's be real about how you present this.
Yeah. I mean, he literally has nothing else to talk about because that is all his life is about, is like his house, you know, creating his beach in the backyard. Like, I feel so sorry for him because I'm just starting to question, has he ever had a girlfriend, a relationship?
Yes. A long-term relationship. I want to know too.
No.
Has
this
he
has been him
ever,
and his dog.
Interacted with people outside it, and then for a minute I was like, did the show hire these friends? Are these really his people? Like,
no, them was real friends because they called him a meathead right on his wedding day at the altar. He just closed his eyes like, oh.
Yeah. And they spilled they were his real friends because they spilled all that bad business at the altar. The fanny pack, the 80s, I was like, I wouldn't,
it was bad.
It
was pretty bad. I felt so bad for her. Like, literally, like, Keith said, he was like, or Haley just was like, she didn't have anything good to say. And then I think it was like a mixture of just shock and confusion. And like, is this real? Like,
is this happening to me?
Yes, is this happening? Did they really match me with this man?
Yes, that was, I'm trying to wait on the experts, but you know what? I'm starting to just they're losing credibility with me. I'm just like, what are we doing here, people? I don't see how they're connected at all.
Like, Amelia and Bennett were like the perfect match last season, and they were the perfect weird for each other. They needed to find him there's someone out there for him. It's not Haley.
Maybe it's editing. Maybe they want us to think that they're not the perfect match, and then maybe later on they're going to be like so in love. We're going to be like, oh wow, it's got to be the editing.
He lost his. So a couple of things about him, I was like, okay, he lost his words at the altar. He lost his words when they finally got their one-on-one time. I was just like, okay, is he like blind about her beauty?
All he had to do was read the paper. Read it.
He was like, oh, I lost my place.
And he read the whole thing again and was like, I'm back.
He needed to use his finger to follow him.
And what about the shady mama. Like, her mama was shady and her friends. Like, you've been a bridesmaid 15 times.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think it's gonna last. I don't think that they're gonna say yes on decision day. And I think I might have gave them a maybe, or no, I said no, maybes, yes or no's. So I'm pretty sure I gave them they were going to stay together, but I just can't.
I can check.
Okay, yes, please check.
But y'all, why at the table at the wedding day, he talking about, I just hope I don't start stinking.
Yeah. Her whole face, yeah, because he was like, I've been in this suit all day, and so that's the biggest thing I'm worried about right now, smell. And she was like,
I think I missed that. I had to miss that. I do not recall.
Like, you didn't put no deodorant on, overgrown man, like, you ain't wore soap. You don't know how this works.
It's like, I got what he was saying, but it's like, those are thoughts that just play in your head. They're not thoughts that, like,
something that you say.
Outside world.
That is not a good first impression. Like, so you have a problem with bodily odor. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Right.
Yeah. You don't know how to control
so, for the record, all of us.
They're together.
No, all of us said yes. These are our predictions.
We did?
All of us said yes except for Miss Carrie Baby.
But you know what? No. I think that makes sense. I was just thinking, I think the majority of us did say yes, but I think her personality did not come out until this episode. I didn't realize so much that she was so outgoing, into travel and all of these things. She really seemed, that might have been the editing, like Smee said, like, because at the very first few episodes, she really seemed to be more kind of like reserved and a little awkward, but she's very like dead on, like kind of quick, like witty, like things and travel. So it's like, I was a little bit like, whoa, I didn't know that she was like that. So that was a bit confusing.
I had to go back and watch. I really did, y'all. So I had to go back and see about the pool, about the beach he had, the box. And so I saw her, and I remember her being out there. She was the one in the lounge chairs out at some like festival talking to her friends.
I remember, but it was so like her friends, and I think the reason we said that was because her friends kept saying, and she kept saying all she wanted to do, it was like about just getting married. It wasn't, and we were like, oh, she wants it so bad, and he just wants it. So we thought it was going to work. But all this personality and these other things came out, you know? So it's kind of like, ooh, maybe not.
And I think I said yes to this because I was like, I'm not going to say yes to no other couple. I only had one other couple I said yes to because everybody else said no.
I know. I think this is going to be like a dud of a season. But what Carrie said in her text yesterday, she was like, I think they mixed the white couples up. And she said Virginia should have been with Jacob because I forget why she said, but basically because she's gonna be drunk the whole time, so she's not gonna realize that he's a weirdo, and she just wants to kiss anybody. She didn't care about who he was or what he looked like, so she would have loved kissing on him, and he would have loved it. It would have been so gross and awkward. And then Haley wants to travel, and she could have hopped in the plane with what's his name, Eric.
They cannot put that age gap together though. This one is.
I thought that was. Yeah, that was too. Because her face when he said he was 38, she was like, "Oh." I was
I'm like 30. Oh, to that? Okay.
Yeah.
I was offended.
Because I bet you if he was handsome and suave and had some charm, it might not be that big of a deal.
Yeah, because they're 10 years apart. So I don't know how old Virginia is.
Virginia's young. She's like 24.
Yeah, she's like 20 something.
Yeah, she is about 24.
Like young.
Yeah, so that would be a huge gap there.
I don't know. Anything else on them?
Ooh, child.
No, but speaking of Virginia, did y'all see her with that champagne glass in the bed? That girl has
let me tell you, I said my girl is having her bedtime drink. I know that's right. Let me tell you something. She's like, whatchamacallit, you know, Thor with the hammer, her hand got magnetic. Like that drink comes. My girl had that. I was like, I know that's right, Virginia. You have your bedtime drink, girl.
But it seemed like she sobered up a little bit. It was after she went to throw up because we all agreed that she had to have throw up at some point. So I
You
think
didn't
she
have to
sobered
do
up
that.
a little bit.
She had a little something to eat. She didn't throw up. That's what she had a little bread or something and got her together.
Well, whatever she had, sister girl was hot and ready, honey. She was like, I'm a touchy Philly.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm gonna see what if it's working.
She said, I'm gonna let her take the lead. You know, if she wants to cuddle, if she wants to kiss, of course she do. You know she do. She's gonna be all.
She hasn't been with anybody in 5 years.
5 minutes.
5 years is only like 19 to 20. Like, that's nothing. Come on. Like, oh,
but how true do we really think that is?
Yeah, she's a party girl.
Maybe. But if you're drunk like that,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's definitely talking about like actually being probably with someone, because
those relationships really count when we're 50.
They don't count as relationships, but
yeah, he is. That would be like 19. Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious about him because I think it's cute and fun now. And I don't think this might be a little bit shady, but had someone maybe throw all that attention to him like that and get all that, because he kept saying his wife, like, oh, we didn't even have like a wedding. We didn't wear rings, which, I mean, whatever. But it didn't seem like he got a lot of attention and vice versa, probably, which, maybe contributes to the whole divorce thing. But I think he's loving all this attention and feeling like, he's wanted and stuff. But I'm just wondering how long that's going to last. Because I think there's some other stuff with Virginia. Like, yeah, she's not going to want to let that party lifestyle go.
No, she's not, definitely. But the good thing is he's going to be at work a lot, so she can just go and do what she want to do.
But do you remember his brother sat down at the table and was like, I'm going to tell you right now, like, that's not going to work. When she was talking about the bar and all this stuff, he was like, that's not him. I was like, and he shut that down quickly. And her face was just kind of like, I was like, yeah.
But maybe this is good balance for her. Maybe she needs to mature with a mature person. Maybe this is why they paired them together.
Definitely. I hope that she's receptive a little bit. Yeah. Just a tad.
I was just glad she washed her face at the end of the night.
Okay.
Because that's why I said she sobered up.
Makeup.
If she hadn't sobered up, she wouldn't have been able to wash her face. But
Y'all, I saw a meme out there and I was like, this must be that makeup artist trying to recover her name, because it was a meme that said when your makeup artist do your makeup, and it was her makeup at the beginning, and then it was like when your friends try to touch the makeup up, like basically saying, how we talked about maybe her friends tried to help her because she started crying or she was just sweating. So I just want to.
It doesn't matter. Either way, that purple should have never been in that.
It should have never been on the scene.
Go to a wedding ever. Ever.
That's where I thought the makeup artist.
You're the professional. You should be like, listen, that purple is not gonna make it. Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, I tried. Sorry.
Nope. That's no excuse.
Right. It shouldn't even been in the kit.
Wrong.
Like, oops, I don't have that color on me. Sorry.
Like, let me show you some pictures of some previous brides that I've done.
Yes. To give you an idea of what we're looking at.
Yes.
All right, let's move on from them so we can I feel like they barely showed Brianna and Vincent. I don't have any notes. Did y'all have notes on them?
No, we didn't. We just got that one, the little after party reception.
I keep forgetting to pop my pictures.
I forget that Vincent is the one who was talking to that stripper.
Oh,
yes.
As much as I love him, right? But I'm like, oh yeah, you were the one at that cage talking to that stripper.
No, not even talking, like trying to get with her. Like, what's your number?
Are you my wife?
Yeah, because when he was like, you could have been an option or something. And then I was
like, trash.
You thirsty.
Listen, get away from there. Get back.
No, let's remember we gave him a pass. He was basically on his Virginia. He had too much to drink, and he didn't mean it.
But see, I do agree with Kiki though. Now that is in the back of my mind, because you drinking, like, we are grown. So there's going to be tons of settings where she will not be with him and you're going to be with your friends. I need you to, everyone has their way and how they are with the drinking. That can't be one of them now.
Yeah.
You could be a sleepy drunk. You could be I love to dance drunk. We can't have you. I like to talk and I want to get wife up a stripper drunk. That's not going to be in there. So I'm hoping maybe he was feeling himself. It was just a night. He was feeling good, but
I do like them though a lot.
yeah,
I do too.
They are.
Yes, I do. I still love them. I still think they're going to say yes at decision day. Okay, real quick, let's talk about Claire and Ryan because I know that Tamia has to leave.
Let's get them to the end. Let's get to Chris. No, at this point.
I don't even
Claire
want to talk
and
about. Okay, there's nothing really to say about them, but okay. We'll
About
get
about Claire.
Okay, let's go ahead and I don't even want to say his name, y'all.
This fool, you guys.
Were you shady? Why did you pick that picture?
Paige and Chris, that's their picture. That's the picture I've been using.
My bad.
I mean, what? I can't make him look any better.
No, I'm sorry. That's fine.
That's the best he gonna look. Okay. Go ahead. I can't even start.
I feel like everybody is just like being quiet for a minute because I think we all just want to jump right in because I need to be like, what's her name? Haley, and not have any words. I mean, all I can say is the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
It doesn't.
His nasty creeper daddy, like,
Okay.
I'm really upset. Like, all I want to say is Paige needs to be like one of the runner-ups on The Bachelor or something, and they need to get her somebody after this because they set her up for so much failure and trauma that she's about to go through. This is so ridiculous.
She deserves like a package to cleanse her spirit after. Like she needs everything because this is just so upsetting. And the daddy, you're right. I'm like, it was so disgusting. Like
it's disgusting.
He's so inappropriate. The mama was even embarrassed when the daddy started talking to her.
Not embarrassed enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Because especially, I don't know what was worse, the way he was looking at her and the comment he made to the group, or when she asked him for advice and he was trying to tell her about pleasing his son multiple times. I'm not just saying one day. When he comes home, I'm saying multiple.
Not once a month, not once a week. Every day.
Like, but why would you do that? Why would you even say that? This is a nationally syndicated show. You know that your words are going to be played everywhere. As a parent, as a man who's trying to give advice to this young woman, like his wife should have like told him to cut it. So I'm mad at her too.
Yeah, she didn't say nothing, but she's like, I have to live with this. This is what I live with. I was just like,
she probably submits to him all the time. So
yeah, she's like, I give it to Big Boy every day. So he comes home.
So she did say because I was thinking that they weren't together anymore. I said this has to be like, there's no way.
I did think that for once.
I did too.
But they were together talking, and wasn't she with him before? I don't know.
Yeah, they were.
She was. No, that's the first time Mama was there, wasn't it?
No, she was.
I thought it was the grandma before.
Yeah, but that was the first time Dad was there too, because it had just been grandma and grandpa.
But maybe because they're from Chicago, like he grew up in Chicago.
Maybe they're not together. I hope. Maybe that's why she ain't saying that, because she just shook her head and was like.
She was shaking her head because she was ashamed of herself, and she knew that she sucked at life too, because she had continued on. And the fact that she just sat there, it was just disgusting. But basically, in the beginning, I was so nervous, y'all. It was like I was watching a suspenseful movie, and I kept pausing and stopping. I was like, he's not going to be attracted to her. They're going to go down the aisle. He's not going to be attracted. Well, then they get down, she gets down the aisle, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe he is, and he liked her shape and whatever. But y'all, I don't know. I was just so scared of that. But the first thing I was just like, the daddy was nasty. He was just nasty.
The daddy is nasty. If he had a chance with Paige, he would take it. That's how he is a creeper. His facial expressions were gross, and then the way he ended his monologue to her about how frequently she should, it was horrible, and it was very difficult to watch. But I knew right at the beginning, because we said it last week, that Chris is not genuine. He is not, the stuff that he's saying is not for real. So like when he told her mom she was beautiful, and we were like, oh, okay, maybe he might be her.
I
No,
called
he's
that.
not.
No.
And he summed that up when he pretty much, number one, he told her friend she wasn't pretty. And then he said, yeah, she's pretty in her own way. And he said
But
that,
he
what, 2
told
or 3
Paige
times?
she was beautiful at the altar. You look beautiful.
But see, that's where him not being genuine comes in. And that's what I was saying with the last episode. Like, I spotted that. It's so, because he very much gave that at the beginning, like, oh, she's pretty, blah, blah, blah. And when he said, oh, like he was saying, oh, shit, at the beginning, when she was coming down the aisle, I couldn't figure out, I'm like, is that a, like, she's pretty or she's not or whatever? But he was making it sound like, yeah, she looked great and gorgeous. And when they were walking out to the table, I don't know if you heard, he was like, yeah, your dress, oh, that's dope. That's fire. And I'm like, don't describe my wedding. That's homegirl talk.
I agree. I totally agree.
On my wedding day, tell me that I look dope. I'm leaving you right there at that table.
Girl,
dope. That's fire. No, I don't.
Girl,
I don't know.
That was when he called her beautiful, because she was like, I was wondering what you were thinking. I was wondering if you were gonna say.
He was thinking he wish it wasn't you.
Yeah, basically. He was like,
how
it ain't
did
your
he
beauty,
even get cast?
it's your booty, okay?
I told Crystal, I honestly think that I think that it's acting. I do. I think he's an actor. I don't believe, I mean, yeah, people are terrible, so maybe, but I'm just like, I can't believe, like you were saying, his dad, everyone knowing that stuff is going to get played back. Do you really think this is real? I felt like and isn't it in Atlanta? Like,
yeah. Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know that he was real. I feel like they sought him out to add, spice.
I think that he probably was a later pick. I think that because if you were just engaged 2 months ago, there's no way you could probably apply, and you wouldn't apply. And the show probably was filmed before then, and casting and all that, and interviews and questionnaires. I think he was a last minute pick. I think something happened and somebody probably dropped out, and they were like, oh, this guy's willing because he's who he is, an actor, and kept moving.
Very much so. I'm like, something about this is not right, because it do not seem like he should even be here. Even the girlfriend was like, you was engaged a couple months ago, and even Paige was like, what? You got somebody's name tattooed on you? Tell me more about this. Like, you just got this tattoo covered up 2 days ago.
It seemed like, and Carrie said this too, that he was literally trying to get her to run. Like, when he realized he was not attracted and he didn't want her, he was like, what can I say to make her leave me right now?
He was making efforts. Like, he was like, okay, I can get this over with quick. How many times I gotta drop my ex? Ooh, my ex had a dog just like that. Like, everything about what he was saying was not at all like he was trying to like make her feel comfortable with the decision that she just made. Like, he was he helped her question all of that, and he did not that could just play into how incredibly vain he is.
Yeah.
That's a good point, y'all, because I was wondering too, because I said last week, I'm like, I expect him to be very deceitful. I expect him to try to hide the fiance, the previous, and get like all of that stuff. But when he dumped at the table, when I tell you he dumped all of it, I was like, oh, he said, I got a fiance, got a tattoo. She had a dog. I was like, well, this is surprising.
He's not over it.
Honest, but y'all, yeah, you're right. That he was probably trying to get her to run. And Paige, I told Crystal, I'm like, I really want her to be smart. I know that Paige is smart. I see it, but I feel like she's gonna let her wanting to get married and that this is a guy, saying that this is what he wanted and it's from above. She gonna let that override. And I could see in her face she was fighting it. It was like, this, what? Like what? And then she was like, well, he is kind of being funny and trying. No, Paige.
No. It was like she forgot everything. She forgot everything. Like, she sat there and they're having dinner, and he was asking her all those inappropriate questions, sexual questions. And it was like she forgot about that. And then even her friends, it was like her friends forgot. I don't know what happened to Brie. Her friends forgot too, because They sat there, had that conversation. He told her friends that she was not a trophy wife. She was not what he wanted, but maybe what he needed. Like, he said all these degrading things about her. And then her friends went back and had the conversation and was like, well, yeah, what I like about him, this or that. I'm like,
I would
why
have been
are
like,
you
no.
forgetting?
Yeah, they
Yes.
want
Yeah.
it down. I wonder if it was edited like that, because I saw her friend after he said she's not a trophy wife. I did appreciate that the friend was like, well, actually she is. But that's not what we focus on, because there's tons of guys who have loved her for her body and how she looks, but we need someone who appreciates her. So I appreciated that, but they weren't fiery enough for me, because my friend's family, I would expect to jump down his throat. That was, he was saying way too much stuff, disrespectful stuff come off, and they were very, so that's, I'm like, maybe it was edited, because
Yeah.
they were a little too cool. I mean, you know, they said stuff, but it wasn't like, I was expecting them to go after him.
I didn't appreciate, I did appreciate the one friend, you know, she trying to be like, wait a minute. But he was a little too comfortable. I was like, you are not about to sit here and trash my friend because you sit up here like, oh, she's not a trophy wife. Oh, what type of girls do you date? Opposite of Paige. Like, you are too convicted and too comfortable to let these things roll off your tongue and say that, oh, she's probably the wife I need, but not the one I wanted.
Oh my God.
No.
And that's heartbreaking. I was like, on her wedding day?
Her one friend was like, well, I think that might have been her sister. Her mouth was just left open. And then when they went back to Paige, they said something about him having inappropriate commentary and he has a dry sense of humor. I'm like, please don't downplay him.
No, he was not joking. He was being honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tamia, I know you have to go in a minute, so
I
do you have some
maybe they were
maybe
they were just protecting her and all that conversation, but I do not think they're gonna last. I feel my heart is breaking for her, and he is just terrible. Like, I just don't like him. Every time he comes on the screen, I just wanted to like throw my phone at the TV because no. But thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Hope you come back again.
Bye.
Bye. Oh gosh. So let me go back to my notes because I literally don't want to. This was at the beginning. So going back to the beginning, one of the things I said was all the things that Chris's family said about all of the things that Chris's family said about him, like, you know, how the family says, blah, blah, blah. It was all just so super shallow, and it was just very telling, you know, what's most important to him. And then, like, the third or fourth or fifth, 10th thing they said, and he's a man of God. I'm like, and one of the things Carrie said is Chris kept bringing up God and saying, oh, God, this. And Carrie was like, I just don't know if God has anything to do with this. And I was like, I think he has nothing to do with Chris and his whole situation. Like, it's just ridiculous.
I didn't feel like he was taking in that moment. Like, she was really saying some things, and he was just like, yeah.
And she said, she was like, I don't feel any connection. I don't think he's connected. Like, she was like, I don't think he really into this.
I told you, she's fighting it. It's a battle. It's like everything I know she feels it, like you were saying, it's processing, but that other side of just wanting the marriage is like, I'm like, girl, go with it.
Go with that intuition.
Yes. But she's fighting against it hard.
And she's concerned that something might infiltrate her marriage.
Oh my gosh, when she said that one more time, I was like, man.
I was like, are we in the war right here? Is it the battle?
She's about to be in the battle in the war. She's about to be. She's about to be.
I don't know if y'all saw the previews. You know how they preview the next section, but my fear was that she's gonna go on this honeymoon and ignore it. And my other thing is, like, how disgusting is it that you are saying you don't particularly like care for her? She's not a trophy wife, all these things, but then you talking about a honeymoon baby. Like, that's a huge issue for me. Like, so you want to like have a baby with this woman, have kids, but you don't believe it. Just is so. It's something so wrong about that and so messed up to me. You know, like talking about that, and then yeah.
I'm just wondering, is he just trying to like sow his royal oats, like drop seeds around the world? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because why are you at the altar? You can't even look her in the eye. You are like, did we kiss? Do you want to kiss? Where
Yeah,
can I
what
kiss
he
you?
said
Can I
that?
kiss you on the lips,
Really,
on the
what he
cheek,
should have.
on the forehead?
Because he was like, "Do you want me to kiss you?" I was like, "Oh my
He
god!"
should have
And
just
she was
said
like, yeah.
no. He should have just
Said
said
on the lips.
no. He should have just said what he really wanted to say. Honestly, to be honest, I don't want to kiss you. Like,
Okay.
Yes. And he made it so awkward. And then she said again, like, yeah, just give me a kiss. Like,
yeah, that's what I said. I said about the vows. Y'all already said that. He was not looking at her while he said the vows. And then I made a note of how he ruined the kiss. He ruined the kiss.
yeah, he completely ruined that moment. And I was like, oh, so he really not feeling her, you know, because you can't even give her a kiss just for the moment. Like, you already agreed to marry her. But then the fact that you talking about a honeymoon baby, asking, is she on contraceptive? Does she have a high sex drive? But I thought you really wasn't feeling her. But I guess it ain't about the beauty, it's about the booty. So you like, I can work with this.
Basically, it was just I felt so disrespected for her, and
Me too.
and then I was like, I get that, you know, at some point he may say, yeah, I got, you know, my ex's name covered up from this tattoo, and at some point he's gonna say, yes, you know, I, you know, was engaged. But there's a freaking time and a place. It's not literally after you just said your vows. Like, Eric didn't say anything yet to Virginia about being married. He's going to, but it wasn't, I mean, they had already decided that they're getting married. So it's a time and a place. I really felt like either I don't think he's a for real actor. I think that he wants to be on TV. I feel like he wanted to be on TV, but I feel like him and his whole family were the same. That pastor with his drawn on hairline, like all of them, I just feel like they wanted to be on TV. And I just feel like he's an awful person. I feel like he has no emotional intelligence. He's not self-aware. Like, why would you say all that stuff and y'all just literally said I do?
Because he ain't wrapped too tight. And why the heck was I just lost my train of thought. I pulled a what's it called? Orion, I think it was. But
find your place.
Let me find my place. But what did I want to say about him? It was his dad. Oh, how they be trying? Why are they trying to make it seem like he's just so financially fit and so wealthy? Like, he's well on his way to building an empire. Really? He has a Subway. Like, that is not well on your way. And I'm wondering if he don't have a job, because are we able to talk about this? Like,
wait, it's not a spoiler.
But they said the Subway closed.
Well, he also had said he's a finance manager.
Was the Subway closed when the show started?
Yeah, they said the Subway was closed, so why did he even bring it up?
Oh, no.
So I'm like, okay.
But you know,
you don't have no job.
I think it's because, well, I want to know what he's because he keeps saying the finance manager part, and he's the youngest Black franchise owner of
Oh, okay. I guess I missed the finance manager
franchise. I would have been the friend. Which one?
And that's why he didn't say the name of it, because if what you're saying, Key, is correct, and it was already closed. That's why he didn't say a Subway, because people were gonna look it up and be like, "Dude, no, you don't own a Subway."
Well, that's the article I read. Now, I don't know if my source was really, credible, because I didn't do no research. I was just trying to check and see what was going on out there.
I just want to know what are you a finance manager at? That's because remember that's what he was saying from after he got home, stopped being homeless, whatever. He saved up those checks and that money from being the finance, and then he got rose or whatever and became. So what is a finance manager at?
At a dealership. He's a finance manager at a dealership, which they do make good money. But the thing is, you literally just got money. I'm gonna need to see some longevity if I'm feeling like you are for real. And then people that are really rich, they don't just wear their money. They're not flashy and do all that. Like, you are new money, sir, and you probably have no net worth because you spend all your money on stupid designer stuff. Like, that's what it sounds like.
Well, and my other thing too was when he was talking to to Paige's bridesmaids. Girl, I'll be having to think twice before I say it. Like, he
Bridesmaid.
was talking to her friends, and he was saying that she's not a trophy wife, and he was like, I'm used to something different, opposite of Paige. And she was like, okay, so what do you mean? And he was like, well, ritzy, pretty. And I had to rewind back because I'm like, did he actually say pretty?
Yeah.
Like, as in so he said ritzy, pretty, likes nice things. I'm like, my girl is a full actual realtor on the side, has a house that she's renting out, and is an accountant with a T. Just because she doesn't, have red bottoms on or whatever, like, don't get that twisted. That doesn't mean like she's not rich. You know what I'm saying?
Not pretty. And then that's when the friend, that was, it was all
it was
disrespect.
so tasteless. Yeah, like,
Because that's why he was like, on paper it's good, but it's not all about the money and when it comes to marriage and all this. But because he was like, I'm used to paying for taking care. And then the friend was like, oh, so you mean you ain't used to dating somebody on your level? And he was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I was like, you should have took that, sir. You should have went with that, like, to try to clean up your mess, because you looking horrible out here.
I was just like, and I could see, I don't know if you were paying attention to his face when she was telling him that she was a realtor and that she was an accountant. And he was like, oh, blah, blah. Like, I could feel him creeping inside of his shell, feeling a little bit smaller, which is, your own thing. You got to work out the insecurities. But I'm just like, yeah, I wonder if he's used to being the one that's more in the top position. I don't know,
But that's the thing, like, he's on one hand, he's complaining, he's saying that the women, he's always paying for everything. You're not saying that in a positive way. But then the family said that you don't have to worry about anything. He's going to take care of you. But it sounds like that was a negative thing. So her friend followed up with, oh, so you're not used to dating somebody on her level. Basically, that's going to bring something to the table and have the ability to take care of herself. But he sounded like, that still was not. That's the when we talked about last week, like, men lead with their financials and then are mad when they track the women who go after that. And then when you get somebody who has the ability to stand on their own 2 feet, now you still looking down on that. So it's just like, what do you really want? Do you even know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're not even satisfied with the woman bringing her own stuff to the table. So
and Paige actually brought the table, what it sounds like.
Yes, because Tommy don't got no job to me. I'm sorry. I don't care what you
table, okay? So.
I'm wondering what's at this table, boo, because that Subway is closed. Ain't no more $5 foot long.
On the table.
Right. Yeah. I just feel like I don't know. I feel really bad for her. I hope that she's not. I liked that her little commentary where she was just like, I'm just confused. Like, I like that she wasn't going with the okie doke. Like, I don't think she's going to be like a Kate or like a, Amber. I hope she's not like just going to allow him to do whatever. But I just feel I feel like she can sue them. I feel like she should be able to sue all the experts, the producers, because I feel like the experts didn't do. Why would they have matched him with anybody? So I feel like this was literally just for reality TV entertainment. This is for us. But it was just, I mean, he is literally probably the most hated person in Married at First Sight, like, history. And it's only been 3 episodes. I don't know. Do y'all have anything else to say on them?
No.
Well, thank y'all, ladies. I'm excited to see what happens when we get out of the weddings. What happens when Virginia sobers up, when Paige gets out of this cloud and really sees. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think she can get out. I'm nervous for it.
I'm nervous too.
I think it's gonna be like Mindy and what's his name from the last.
Oh no,
probably
not that bad, but I feel like Paige wants it a little too much.
Yeah, I think she's taking it really seriously. Like, she's like, but it's my husband. So you don't just walk away from a marriage. And I just want her to still realize, like, hey, this was a whole experiment on a show. And you just met him and you don't give him that much, right? Leeway, whether.
Because I felt like there were so many moments that were taken from her, you know, like the vow. There were just a lot of moments that I felt like he messed up for her.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. So
Everything.
yeah.
Well, we will see what happens. We'll see y'all. But thank y'all. And I guess, yeah, I'll see y'all next week. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you have not already done so. Hit the bell button so you know when our reviews come out. Like this video. And we appreciate y'all. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.